All right, guys, what we have here is the Citizen Satellite Wave GPS watch. This video is going to be shorter than this watch deserves because it is crazy complex, but I think that's what makes it so simple. I think there's a lot of people that really enjoy this watch for its ease of use every day. Once you get it set up, which even setting it up is crazy easy, and then adjusting it later on if you need to is still really easy. Borderline intuitive. I didn't even look up any instructions when I played with it. Granted, I have, a certain level of ability to just pick up these watches and figure them out because I've handled so many, but this one truly is pretty easy to use. And I'll cover a couple of quick things on it, but I'm also going to link a detailed instructional video down in the description. So first off, big thanks to Jeff McMahon for sharing this watch. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel down in the description. Check it out. Tell him I sent you. So what we're looking at here is a 40, well, I got a couple top side measurements for you because this non-rotating bezel actually sticks up a little bit from the watch. It looks and feels like you could rotate it, but it doesn't. That's 44.5 millimeter, but if you measure the actual watch, it's like 43.2. So, and it's going to look a little bit bigger on wrist because it's not a diver. It doesn't have that dive bezel around the outside, so it has more dial exposed. 50.5 millimeter lug to lug, nice turn down lugs. Pretty thick watch, 14.7 thick. A lot of GPS watches are on the thicker side. Sapphire crystal, 22 millimeter lug width, bracelet tapers down to 20. Milled out center portion of the clasp, much like some of the newer Seikos do. They're milled in the center and then stamped on the outer. The only thing that's different on this Citizen versus the Seiko is basically it has 3 micro adjusts instead of 4. But these links aren't crazy long, so I think you're going to be able to find a good size. This is sized up for Jeff's 7.5 inch wrist. It's going to wear a little bit big on me, but even at that, I think it's like 180 grams. So it's got a little bit of heft to it as well. Massive screw down crown. Check out the shape on that thing. That is a 9 millimeter crown. So if you have big meaty fingers and you still like to wear watches, but you find a lot of them feel too delicate, this one is not. This one is heavier, well built, robust, durable, and easy to operate. So you can see it ticking away. Obviously it's a quartz. It's a solar driven quartz and super legible. It's going to have great loom. We're going to show the loom. And the coating on it is, a durable coating that Citizen uses. Because Jeff did wear this, and there's minimal scratching on this. He has actually, I think, a couple of different models of this watch. This is my first go-around checking these out, and this is a killer watch, for sure. The ticks actually hit the marks. Wow. Genius, right? Let's see, what can we do? Let's push some buttons and screw some crowns in and out and all that good stuff. So if we unscrew it here, you pop it out to the first position, you can adjust your time zone. You can see here, I am in, the second hand is pointing toward where I'm at. I'm in the NYC time zone. So if you just go backward, you can put it into Chicago time. It's going to adjust the time. Or you can go forward. Whatever you need to do, it's just going to adjust the time zone for you. It goes in half increments as well. So you put it in your time zone, and then you push this crown in and you screw it down, and you're done. Or you can go out one more spot, and I think you can adjust the date or something. I can't remember. Really, that's all you're going to do is you're going to adjust your time zone. And then I think in order to get a GPS location on it, you hold this, you screw this down, and then you hold this button down. And you can see that sub dial down there. It points to the larger meter there. That's your solar charge. So now if you hold it down, it's going to point to RX GPS. So now you're supposed to face it up, and it's going to receive a GPS signal. So once it does the GPS signal reception, it'll cycle back around and it'll say, no, it didn't grab the signal. That's because I'm in a place where it's not going to grab the signal. But if you were outside and it was facing up, it's going to grab that signal for you, and it'll point to OK. And then you know that you have a current snapshot of time. It's calibrated. It's good to go. So super, like I said, super easy to do. Now that's not going to adjust. It's not going to know your location. It's not going to know your time zone or anything like that. So you need to set that. All that is going to do is make sure your seconds is dialed in, and I think your date. I'm not 100% sure. You're going to have to resort to that other video. The other thing you will adjust is it also doesn't know, because it doesn't know your location or your time zone, it doesn't know where you're at in the daylight saving time. So that's what this is down here. SMT is daylight savings time. So I can't remember how I adjusted that. I think we unscrewed this, popped it out one. Yeah, so it's in on right now because we're in the spring. So if you hit off, then it's going to go back. So that'll be in the fall time. So all you have to do is unscrew the crown, pop it out one in the fall, and then push the button, turn it off, and that'll set you back an hour. But we're in the spring, so it's going to be forward. So again, even that portion of it is easy. This thing isn't crazy complex where it's going to like know exactly where you are. So you have to fiddle with it a little bit, but it's really not that difficult. And then once you, like I said, once you get it set up, you're good to go, man. This thing is going to keep time amazing for you. So let's pop it on wrist, see what it looks like. This does have an F-150 in it. Not a Ford F-150, guys. It's the GPS movement that Citizen uses. It's called the F-150. Here it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. Yes, it's a little bit bigger, a little bit, larger display on there, but being that it's that dark finish, that black finish, it's going to present a little bit smaller on wrist. I think it's a good combination. This size watch in this color, super legible, super easy to use, and tough as nails, man. It is good to go for sure. Let's kill the lights. Before we do that, here it is next to an SKX, about the same plane. And these, I think, are about $650 if you find them on the used market, which I don't see a ton on the used market. So even at $650, it's a lot of money. But I mean, this for a regular everyday wear watch that you can just grab and go, and it can take the abuse that you're going to throw at it and just keep ticking away. I mean, if you're a watch guy, sure, but I mean, I know a lot of non-watch guys are going to be like, dude, just buy a Timex or a cheap G-Shock. Here it is next to a much more expensive G-Shock that doesn't have GPS. You got to remember, usually for G-Shock to go GPS, you got to go way up too. So Citizen, I think has that position locked down better. I think they look better. They look more like a regular watch. It's not all G-Shocked out. You know what I mean? So let's kill the lights and check the loom on this, because it is good too. Citizen uses like a cool blue. It's even more blue than, say, BGW 9. I really like the Citizen loom, and it seems like they're getting better and better over the years at making them very bright and vivid. So there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Big thanks to Jeff McMahon. I'll see you on the next vid.